Alright, so we've talked about carboxylic acid derivatives, and one of those is when you have the OH group on a carboxylic acid being replaced with a amine. So let's start simple. Let's look at a primary amine. So how do we name these? Well, these are actually called amides. A-M-I-D. And to name these, we're going to take two considerations. First of all, as always, this carbonyl is going to be the number one carbon because it plays the major role in the chemistry that's going on. So to name this type of amide, we just need to count the number of carbons in the chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be BUT for butane, butamide. Now, understand there are a lot of trade names for this. In fact, when I was preparing for this, I talked about ethamide, and if you look it up, it's actually called acetamide. So there are a lot of trade names associated with this. We're going to keep it simple, meaning that we're not going to put any branches here on our carbonyl. This is more trying to just getting your feet wet in terms of naming these types of compounds. Now, what if the nitrogen here is not a primary, but something like a secondary or a tertiary? Well, in that case, we're going to name it like we did the secondary and tertiary amides using that N notation. So the butamide is still going to be the parent chain. So this is going to be the only break here, is that we don't care about the chains other than the amides. We only, take a step back there. When we name these compounds, we're going to arrange the names of anything else attached to nitrogen by link, but the butamide or that amide group is still the priority. So that's going to carry the name. So in this case, we have a 2-butyl to specify this group, and then we do an N. Now, if we had something like another, we put on another one, put on a methyl group. This would be N methyl, because methyl has less carbons than the butyl. Methyl 2-butyl, specifying that the attachment of the nitrogen is at the second position of the butyl group, butamide. So this is how you name the amides. One, always just name the amide. It's going to be the first one on the compound anyway, and we're going to name the butamide. We're going to name the amide based on the number of carbons, including the carbonyl in terms of that branch. If we have anything else bound to the nitrogen, we're going to name it like we did with secondary and tertiary amides, and we're going to use this N notation and do any type of specification we need to designate the position of the amine onto those alkyl groups.